Welcome. I'm going to be talking about campaigns in this video, specifically how to use automations on campaigns inside AttractWell. So first, we're going to create an automation. So you'll find that in the context menu on the left, if you go to settings, and you'll create the automation here where it says automations. Now, why would you use an automation? So the reasons you might put an automation on a campaign might be when the campaign ends, when it runs through all the emails, you want it to automatically take those people out of the campaign. You could also create a campaign or an automation that removes someone from a campaign when they make a purchase. So in that instance, we would put the automation on the purchase to take them out of the campaign. You can also create a campaign that runs alongside somebody's time inside a vault. So say you're doing a 6-week program and you wanted to kick them out of the vault at the end of the 6 weeks. What you would do is have a campaign connected to that vault. And when the 6-week campaign runs out, the automation will trigger to remove them from the vault. So let's create an automation. So let's say it is remove from vault. Just call it whatever you need to call it so that you'll remember what it's for. You're the only one that sees this. And then we're going to add an action. You can add multiple actions on the same automation. So let's say we're going to remove from the vault, add action. You might also want a campaign that triggers that's something like, hey, sorry to see you go, or your time in the vault is done, or if you want to buy more time in the vault, you can do this, or whatever. You can have a marketing campaign that goes off with it, but in the very simplest forms, we're going to have this automation remove them from the vault. So I'm going to hit add automation, and then I'm going to go to campaigns. And say I'm creating a welcome campaign. In this instance, I might want to replicate the built-in campaign. So you have the built-in welcome to vault campaign that's included with AttractWell. You can duplicate this and use that as your campaign. The reason that you would do this is that it includes all the links for them to create a password and access your vault. Welcome to vault campaign. So I'll show you how this looks. You would duplicate the built-in campaigns because you can't edit them unless you duplicate it and make your own copy. But this is what's included in the built-in campaigns. It says, congratulations, you now have access to my vault. I always change the word vault to course or program or workshop because vault is kind of jargony and people outside of AttractWell don't know what that is. So you can say, you now have access to my program, and it will automatically insert the name for you. You can access the program, click below, blah, blah, blah. So you can change this to show your personality, whatever you want. But then the key here is that you're going to be adding other emails to the sequence now. So I could add another one that's, maybe every week. So like week 1, week 2, you could do that. If it's going to be a 6-week program in the vault. So maybe I send this one out on day 7. And then day 14, day 21, you're building this out that way. And then the important thing is that you want a message to go out when it's the end of their time in the vault. So what's 6 weeks? What day is 6 weeks? I have to get my calculator out because I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, it's 42, isn't it? I could have done that. 42. So you can say like, your time is done. So I'm building out the campaign so that the emails are dripping out from day 0 all the way to the end of their time in that vault, be it 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, whatever. You don't have to have an email a week. You don't have to have any emails in between day 0 and that last one, but you do need both the day 0 email and the last email. And I'll show you why. So this little checkbox here that says edit message times and automations, if we select that, we can now put an automation on this last email or any of the emails. I'm going to do it on the last one. And there's my automation that I created, remove from vault. So what's going to happen now, if I connect this automation to the vault, so that when someone purchases the vault, it will start this, if I connect this campaign to the vault, when someone purchases the vault, it will start this sequence, right? So we'll start day 0, we'll send right away. It says welcome and how to access the vault. Then they'll get all the other emails that you put in here. And then they'll get this last one. And this one will trigger the automation to take them out of the vault. So this can be really good if you want someone to have, 30 days access or a week access, and you want them to purchase more time or upgrade to get more time. You can create a campaign like this and have some emails running just before their time is done that says your time is almost up. Here's how to upgrade. Your time is almost up. Here's how to buy more time. And you can have it so that it sort of warns them and then takes them out. And you can even have a few that run after that say, hey, if you want to go back in, here's how you do that, right? So you can think through strategically how to use this feature, but this is essentially how you would have a time-specific vault and how you would connect an automation to a campaign. So you can also have it so that at the end, it's remove them from this campaign. So maybe it's a marketing sequence. You're running an event every month and you want people to be removed from the campaign so that you can reuse it over and over. Then you would set the automation to be removed from campaign and have the action be to take them out of that specific marketing campaign. So every time the campaign runs out, it's going to remove the people from it. Now, the other thing I've seen automations and campaigns use is if you want to have an automated reminder go out. And this is really handy if, say, you have a bunch of people that are participating with you and every week you're going to have a call Monday at 7. So you want a reminder to go out on Monday morning every single week, and you don't want to have to go in and manually set that. So you can go in and have the automation to restart the campaign. So first I'm going to create the campaign, and I'm going to create my event reminder email campaign. I'm going to send it by email only, create campaign. And then I'm adding a message to my campaign, and I'm going to set the message to day 7. Reminder, our call is today. And then write your email, whatever you want it to say. Okay, so there's our campaign. I can set a specific time right here. If you want it to go out in the morning, you can say, I want it to go out like 6 a.m. Okay, now that's all set. Now I want to have an automation that's going to loop this. So I'm going to go to settings, I'm going to go to automations, and I'm going to add a new one. And I'm going to have this say restart reminder campaign. Again, this is internal, it's for your eyes only, call it whatever you want. Find your campaign, and it's going to say add or restart campaign, event reminder, add action. So this is going to restart the campaign. Now I'm going to go back to my campaign. There it is. Again, select the little box that shows the automations and then have that automation. Now what's going to happen here is that this is going to restart this campaign every 7 days now. So as soon as this email will send on day 7, it will then trigger the automation to restart it and send it 7 days later. So it now becomes a weekly reminder. But how do you start it? So the key thing here is that you have to apply this campaign to the correct people on the right day of the week. So if I want this to go out every Monday, I need to start this on a Monday manually. It's not ideal, but it is the way to make this happen. So we're going to go to contacts, and I would pick the people. So I could go filter and filter by whoever, or I could send to everybody, whatever you need to do to get the right people in here. Then you would hit actions, bulk actions, find your campaign, and start it on the correct day. So today is Monday, so I would make sure that I am starting this today. And then it will just start looping. So that's the way that you can use automation to create an automatic reminder in the system, which is really handy. But there are lots of ways you might want to use automations on campaigns. So the important thing to note is where to go to create the automation and then how to add it to the email. And then you can use your imagination and all the different ways you can use that. So I hope that was helpful, and you can start thinking about how you can use automations to simplify your processes in AttractWell.